In today's meditation, we will be focusing on cord cutting. And before we begin today's meditation, I want to give you a sense of some of the cords that we're looking for in our meditation/visualization today. A lot of times, cords of attachment, if left unaddressed, can leave us feeling sluggish, lethargic, can also lead us into states of lack or loss, whether that's in the emotional or energetic realms, and of course the material realms as well. And cords of attachment have a way of making it so that we remain a little bit more stagnant and a little less anchored in our inherent truths. So I'm going to start with sharing some of the cords that we're looking for today to be released. And the way we'll be releasing these cords is we're going to cut them with our instrument of choice in our meditation, and then we're going to follow up with pulling them at the root. And we want to focus on the cords that find a way to regenerate. That might mean that there is a deeper soul contract or an ownership signature that we might need to follow up with clearing out. So some of them might be a little bit more difficult to clear than others. So we want to also remain mindful of that. And that will give us an indication of some other energetic hygiene practices that we can commence with after this meditation. So let's talk a little bit first about cord colors and textures. And we're going to focus on the ones that are a little bit more on the negative polarity that we're going to focus on clearing today. So this information is coming from a creator called Starseed Sanctuary. And one cord of attachment we want to look for is something that's dull, dark red to black, crusted and dry. And so this would represent an old, clinging, energetic cord that was once some kind of a loving or passionate relationship. And you might notice a slow, sludge-like liquid inside that's flowing one way. So this kind of moves into that whole one-sided relationship dynamic, or maybe there's like an unrequited love dynamic. So this would be an example of an energetic cord that we would want to release today. So we would want to cut this unhealthy, dying cord and remove it at the roots, because ultimately these old cords can cause us to lose energy and could end up with greater health issues. Another cord of attachment that we're going to be focusing on locating and releasing in today's meditation is a cord that would be gray or dull in appearance. So this is an older, dull, and lifeless cord that needs to be severed and removed at the root. So this is just sometimes we might have different relationships that we just haven't done that energetic clearing around. Maybe we don't talk to that person anymore, but there is just still this dull, lifeless energy that we would need to clear to make way for more of the newer energy within the frequency that we're vibrating within at this current time. Now, another cord of attachment that we're looking for, so black, gray, and dark cords. So this might represent a negative attachment, whether that's like to an entity or some kind of an egregore or principality or jinn. The possibilities are really endless for this, okay? We'll just, to be general, we'll say entity attachments. We also are looking for large knots or blockages. And so we want to cut these cords or at least unblock them so that energy flows in both ways. Okay. But, knots sometimes might take a little bit more alchemical energy to fully transmute. Okay. But, best case, we can cut it and pull it at the root, and then maybe a newer, more regenerative type of relationship bond can form after we remove the knot, or at least we want to focus on untying the knot so that there's more life force that's able to generate both ways. Okay, so another cord that we want to focus on today is cords connecting you to a negative relationship from the past, which you feel needs to be released. And sometimes these can represent crusted, deteriorating, or dying cords because these can cause health problems, whether that's on the mental or physical plane. Another cord that we're going to be looking for in today's meditation are vampiric cords. And so these are red blood cords that show blood or energy flowing one way from you to the energy vampire. So we definitely got to get at these immediately. And these might, if you find a cord like this in your field, you might want to do a little bit more investigation on where this is coming from and what license. Is there any energetic license for this energy to be in your field, right? Because if there is, then it could regenerate. So we would want to get to the root of this, not just in the visualization, but also like just looking and see, are there any vows, oaths, or agreements that are in your Akashic records that would basically keep this vampiric attachment flowing. And so I would suggest going back and listening to the Cosmic Record Keeper subliminal that's posted on YouTube. You'll see a picture of an owl on there, and if you need to kind of do some deeper decompression after this meditation, that would be a good subliminal to put on and just see what's coming up as it relates to different things that need to be cleared from your Akashic records, or maybe certain relationships. You'll gain a deeper level of insight with the owl spirit animal totem that will support you with learning how to retrieve your energy on all realms and dimensions. Okay. Now, another thing that we're looking for are multiple energetic cords that seem to pull you in many different directions. All right. And so this can lead you kind of feeling a little scatterbrained. And then you want to decide which cords to cut so that you're able to live your best life. And so if you have like multiple energetic cords that are pulling you in different directions, this is probably connected to some kind of greater principality or institution. Okay. Or this could even be like something that you inherited through your ancestral bloodline. So that might be a trickier energy, maybe a little bit more of an egregore, which is a thought form which has been powered up and given life by the collective belief of a large amount of people. And so once again, if you see something that feels a little bit stickier, that you're not quite able to fully get at the root, just know that that is something that you want to continue to transmute in your energetic hygiene practice. All right. And then another thing I'm going to say before we begin our meditation is you also want to focus on what parts of your body or energetic fields, but specifically your physical body, like what parts of your body are you noticing most cords of attachment? Okay. And so that's going to help you with your aftercare practice after this meditation is complete. All right, and so at this time, please get comfortable and cozy and prepare for meditation. And we're going to start with a body scan, connecting with our body, the wisdom of our body. Our body's always communicating with us, but sometimes we're constantly in a state of rush, go, 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 that we might forget to take the time to tune in and listen to the intelligence and wisdom of our body. And so I invite you to take some deep breaths, breathing in for the count of 4, holding for the count of 4, and breathing out of your nose for the count of 4. We're going to do this 3 more times, breathing in for 4. Holding for 4. And breathing out of your nose for 4. 2 more times, breathing in for 4. Holding for 4. Breathing out of your nose for 4. Last time, breathing in for 4. Holding for 4. And breathing out of your nose for 4. And we want to focus on creating a protective shield all around us. You can envision an egg or a spherical shape. And depending upon your energetic frequency, you might want to make this egg or sphere the tone of gold. It could also be the tone of copper or rose gold or silver and gold. So focus intently on creating that energetic shield. Let's do this 50 feet in diameter, 50 feet to your right, 50 feet to your left. 50 feet in front of you, 50 feet behind you, 50 feet below you, 50 feet above you. And what you can envision is that there is this vacuum suction that's beginning to occur within this sacred egg or this sacred sphere that you have cultivated for yourself. And anything out of alignment with your extreme energetic hygiene, your energetic sovereignty is being suctioned out, and then out the toes of your feet. And so you might even want to focus on planting your feet on a stable, solid surface. It could be the floor, it could also be the bed if you're laying down. But focus on directing any energy out of alignment with your energetic hygiene for this meditation, that it's going out of your feet. And we're going to focus on scanning our body starting at our feet. And as we do our body scan, we're also weaving color tones. So the same color tone that you have cultivated within your protective egg or your protective sphere, whether that was gold or silver and gold, rose gold, copper, or some other color frequency. You want to focus on weaving that color ray within each part of the body that you're scanning. So starting with your feet, just connecting with your feet. Breathing in as you focus your intention on your feet, breathing out as well. Connect with any information that your feet wants to relate to you. And focus your intention on gratitude for what your feet does for you, whether this is physically or energetically. Weaving those color rays in the feet as well, so that you are supporting your body with the process of energetic hygiene at the molecular level. Moving up to your ankles. Focus on your ankles. Your feet and your ankles can sometimes hold a lot of density. So we really want to take the time to nurture these parts, specifically the ankles. Sometimes the ankles can feel a lot of pressure from navigating within the false matrix simulation. Sometimes the ankles can feel some kind of constriction. Just connect with your ankles for a moment. Weaving those color rays into the ankles. focusing your intention on appreciation for your ankles and how they support you on your path. And if there's anything out of alignment with your energetic hygiene, it just goes out from the soles of your feet. And now we're moving up to our shins. Let's connect with the shins. How are your shins feeling at this moment? Check in and see if there's any information that your shins have to provide you with. Taking a deep breath in, holding, and releasing. Weaving in the color rays within your shins. And moving up to your knees. We want to focus on the knees as well. Connect with your knees. See if there's any information that your knees have to share with you. And just take in that information, taking a deep breath in, holding, and releasing. Weaving the color rays of your choice within your knees, clearing any stuck or stagnant energy, directing your intention so that any stuck or stagnant energy is cleared from the soles of your feet into the core of the earth. Now moving up to the thighs, let's connect with the intuition that our thighs are sharing with us, any wisdom from our thighs. Taking a deep breath in, holding, and releasing. Taking a moment of gratitude, thanking your thighs for the way they support you throughout your day, whether when you're sitting or standing. Weaving the color rays within your thighs as well. Anything out of alignment with your energetic hygiene for this meditation is now being cleared through the soles of your feet. And we're continuing our body scan now. We're in the hip area, the sacral area, the pelvis, the pelvic floor, as well as the hips and the buttocks, the sexual organs. Just connecting with this area, breathing into this area. We're going to do 3 deep breaths into this area. Each time we breathe in and out, we're just focusing on releasing any tension through the soles of our feet, breathing in, holding, and releasing. Loosening up a bit more, breathing in, holding, and releasing. Last time, breathing in, holding, and releasing. Streaming in the color rays within the pelvic area, the buttocks area, the hips as well. Moving up now to the abdomen, the stomach, the diaphragm, this particular area. Connecting with the intelligence of our gut, our digestive system. Just taking note of any messages that this area of our body has for us. Breathing in, holding, and releasing. Taking a moment of gratitude for everything that this area of our body does for us to help us sustain. And let's weave those color rays into this area all throughout the stomach, the digestive system. And we continue to move up. We're now in the chest area. So breathing in through our chest, our heart space, our lungs. Let's take some time to take note of any information that this area has to share with us. Breathing into it. With each inhale and exhale, releasing more into a deeper state of peace, releasing any forms of restriction or constriction through the soles of our feet. Weaving the color rays within this area, moving up now through our shoulders, doing a body scan of our shoulders and our neck. Mindfully breathing as we take in any information we're meant to receive from this area of our body. Setting an intention to clear any tension that's residual through the soles of our feet. Weaving in those color rays through the shoulders and the neck. And now we're focusing on our head, everywhere from our chin to our ears, to our face, to our cranium, our brain. We're going to take 3 deep breaths as we focus our intention on any information this part of our body has to share. Taking a deep breath in, holding, and releasing. Taking a deep breath in, holding, and releasing. Taking a deep breath in, holding, and releasing. And we're going to focus now at our head. We want to focus on ensuring that we're only getting communication that is in alignment with our innermost self. Any infiltrations are cleared from our field. We can even imagine like an etheric helmet, maybe within the frequency of gold or gold and silver or copper or rose gold. And that could be the etheric helmet that we utilize for today's energetic hygiene practice. And we also just want to focus on what is commonly known as our third eye, but we also want to focus on the other energy points moving from our forehead down to the bridge of our nose that help us with activating other forms of perception. So you can even envision that there is like an interesting kind of stoplight, energetic stoplight from your forehead to the tip of your nose. And envision, if you can, 7 points of light activating. Taking a deep breath in, holding, and releasing. And so focus in on your inner eye. We're going to focus on transmutation. And so we're going to be utilizing the energy of the avian family, the bird kingdom, because we need to see beyond our common field of perception to take a look at any cords of attachment that need clearing at this time. But first we must see with the bird's eye view. What's been corded to us? What have we been corded to? So at the count of 3, you're going to envision yourself transforming into a bird, or some kind of an avian, a bird, some kind of a bird. And on the count of 3, focus on your transformation. 1, 2, 3. You see a mirror appear and you're able to see the exact kind of bird that you've transmuted yourself into. And you can also focus on streaming that same color ray that you were streaming during your meditation a little bit earlier. Make sure that you feel completely held and affirmed during this part. If you need to also transmute or alchemize anything that occurred during your transformation, you can do so because you are the alchemist. And now you want to focus on flight. And so you're flying, so you have your consciousness is the bird, but your body is behind. And so your consciousness is now able to see you from a bird's eye view beyond the realm of third dimensional perception. And so with your bird's eye view, you're taking note of any kinds of attachments that might need to be cleared. We're specifically looking for cords of attachment, black, gray, or dark cords, any large knots, anything that looks old or deteriorating, anything that looks vampiric, or if it feels like there are multiple cords, almost like electrical cords plugged in somewhere. You're looking for that with the spirit of curiosity, non-duality, circling yourself with a bird's eye view. We're going to take a moment to just observe what we see. And so you want to, best as you can, identify the kind of cord it is. Is it an entity attachment cord? Is it an old, dying cord? A lifeless cord? A vampiric cord? Just take a moment to see what you're working with here. And also set the intention at this time to transmute any blockages which have you feeling stuck, stagnant, or drained. You can even say that I intend to transcend any blockages that have me feeling stuck, stagnant, or drained. And so on the count of 3, you are going to come back into your body, out of the form of the bird and into your vessel. 1, 2, 3. You're integrating back into your body. The next thing we're going to be doing is focusing in on the cord cutting and the pulling at the root. So the first thing you want to do is you want to call in a magical object that you're going to be working with. It could be like a sword of light, or it could be some kind of scissors that have a stream of light within them. So on the count of 3, the magical object will appear to you. 1, 2, 3. And so as this magical object appears to you, envision that there is a rainbow diamond fire that is going to support you with your transmutation today, with cutting whatever needs to be cut, pulling whatever needs to be pulled. So remember your bird's eye view and the certain cords of attachment that you saw in the certain areas of your body that you saw them in. And we're going to just take some time here to cut the cords, okay? So we'll take some time to do this. Just go to eat from each part of your body. Remembering your breath during the process. And cutting anything that doesn't serve you with rainbow diamond fire. Don't focus on pulling the root yet. We're going to get to that. Let's just focus on cutting those cords. If you're noticing that there's a cord that keeps regenerating when you cut it, try to pull that one at the root first. I'm going to spend some more time. Just make sure you're going through all aspects of your body. You are still protected within your sphere or your egg. So you have the sacred time and space to participate in this wholeheartedly. Focusing on the spine, the pelvis, the neck, the sides of your body, and the heart space, the throat. These are just some of the places where you might see these more. Also focusing in on the general area of your third eye and your crown, your ears as well. Keep focusing on the cord cutting process. And now the next thing we're going to do is pull any stubs at the root. So you want to envision that you have some kind of a magical basket. On the count of 3, the basket will appear. 1, 2, 3. This is where you're going to put the cords of attachment. Any of the roots. It's big enough to take whatever needs to be transmuted. And now you want to envision that you have some kind of pruning shears, some magical pruning shears, which also have that rainbow diamond fire attached to it. And you're able to clear these cords of attachment in a way that is easeful, graceful, and with each root that is pulled, you feel lighter and more life force and regeneration is aligned with you. You can start with pulling wherever you need to pull at the root. So wherever you cut those cords of attachment, work on pruning those roots out. Keep pulling at the root. Check in each space where you saw a cord of attachment. take note of the ones that are a little bit more stubborn to get out. You might want to take note of those so you can do some follow-up investigation of the cause of those. We'll do this for 30 more seconds. And the next thing we're going to do is focus on an intention that you have. What are you seeking to call more into your life? Is it more love? Is it more freedom? Is it increased health and well-being? Is it increased abundance? Is it increased travel? What is it? Increased stability? Really think about what that is. What are you seeking to cultivate more of in your reality? Set that intention. And next, for each place where you pulled a cord of attachment that was out of alignment with your growth and development, you want to focus your intention of what you are seeking to cultivate more of, and you want to focus it in on that space. We don't want to keep void space. We want to make sure that we're filling up the void space of all the cords of attachment that we released today with more of what we want to call into our reality. We now have freed up more space to bring in those ideal circumstances. So let that new intention be your healing balm post this meditation. And we're going to take a deep breath in. Hold and release. And thank you for showing up for yourself during this meditation. Thank you for showing up for your energetic hygiene. The more you can pour into your energetic hygiene, the more your physical reality begins to shift. And if you're seeking more tools and jewels, then check out some of the links below. Sending you lots of love, joy, and peace until we meet again.